Okay, so once again, thanks for tuning in and good morning from Japan. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm here for you. And to keep the streak of chain of thought. This is like, so this is session 10 for my personal series of spaces, chain of thought number 10. And today's talk is about real strategies for joining node cell on any budget. So it might be a little bit beneficial to join if you're, especially if you're new to the Web3 sphere, or like not on the pile of capitals, or if you're a student, might be meaningful. And if you're pretty well knowledgeable about the Web3 industry, or simply familiar with it, with the node cell everything, it could be a reminder, right? It could be a reminder to those of you. Then anyway, today's topic is about the strategies and the facts for joining node cell on any budget. All right. So let's get started. Thanks for the comments, okay? Good evening. Wherever you are, good evening. So like I said, today's episode especially dedicated to everyone eager to get involved in the upcoming near node cell, even if your budget is massive or you're just stepping into Web3. All right. So you're a student, newcomer, someone driven by curiosity and passion, you're exactly who I wanted to speak with this morning. So recently, I kind of like the from something to another statement. I mean, in previous spaces, I made a title like from cloud to crowd. What else? Like from spectator to stakeholder, stuff like that. And today, from listener to leader. That's kind of a key phrase here. So let's begin with a quick story from one of my followers. After a recent session, like one follower, someone who regularly joins live, asks like thoughtful questions, drops insightful comments, and deeply engages with the content, decided to take initiative and start a dedicated chat group on X. I just found the group like down below my post as a comment. Probably no, he's not here. He's not here at the moment. But this guy just created the chat group on X, and this wasn't just about a personal benefit. I think it was about bringing people together, creating a shared space to discuss the Xenea ecosystem and the upcoming node cell. Right? So this is precisely that type of proactive energy I want to see more of in our community. Taking inspiration and translating it into real action, supporting others and cultivating genuine engagement. So if you're present, if you're engaged, you're already ahead. So all of you here today are definitely ahead of like 99% of our other followers on my account on or like on Xenea ecosystem. And let me tell you why being present matters. So chain of thought isn't simply a podcast or lecture series. It's a dynamic, growing community, I would say. So being present live isn't just about getting information first. It's about making like real um, connections, building relationships, and opening doors to unique opportunities. So here's my personal commitment. So if you're actively building a group, forming a community, or taking an initiative within the Xenea ecosystem, please let me know. Yeah. So when your community hits a milestone, I don't know what it is, but some sort of milestone, you said it, and I'll be there to support you directly. Probably, probably joining your spaces, amplifying your message, and if the momentum is strong, potentially even visiting your country to offer personal support. So that's my personal commitment. So your presence matters, like I said always. And Chain of Thought is your platform to elevate your efforts from participation to real world impact. And I really mean it. I truly mean it. Having you guys live here in my X space means a lot. It matters. It matters a lot. Okay. So let's clarify some essentials. Okay. So the nearest node cell doesn't require you to buy or manage physical hardware. Okay. So our node cell doesn't require you to buy or manage physical hardware. So you don't need like tens of thousands of dollars to participate in this upcoming node cell. You don't need a huge land or like you don't need like advanced like servers, computers, and stuff like that. Ownership is digital, fractional, on chain, and represented through NFTs. So whether your budget is small or significant, your ownership share directly corresponds to your rewards. Fair, right? So no technical setup or hardware maintenance required. It's easy to start. Yeah. And here's important news. I've already shared with you guys a while ago, but whitelist registration begins in about 2 weeks. Yeah, roughly 2 weeks. Not exact, roughly 2 weeks. So it's your moment. Now's your moment to learn, plan, and prepare. Let's ensure you're ready when registration opens, so you don't miss your chance to be among the early participants, early group leaders, community leaders. And you might remember previous mentions of Zeta Cube and their Nano DC, Nano Data Center solution. And think of it as a professional grade data center in a box. Why highlight this like all of a sudden? Because a truly decentralized network needs both passionate community participants like you guys and robust professional partners. And the reason why I'm mentioning ZetaCube and their Nano DC right now is because, like I said, the upcoming node cell is not about purchasing or maintaining hardware, physical hardware, but instead you're getting the fractional like NFTs tied to the node ownership. And they're definitely behind this like a structure. So, so here's the truth, yeah. So relying solely on individuals for critical infrastructure can sometimes fall short, especially when meeting enterprise level standards. And then we're looking at that, yeah. So Xenea is definitely looking at like enterprise needs for storage and stuff. So professional partners like Zcube ensure high availability, reliability, and scalability, essential for enterprise customers and institutions. And fully depending um, on individuals for such critical service level is sometimes like a dangerous, like a risky, you know. So when you buy the near node entities, you're supporting an ecosystem where community participants shape governance culture and vision. And professional operators ensure infrastructure integrity and high service standards. And this balanced model makes it uniquely resilient, scalable, and inclusive, I think. So, so let's talk about leadership and social capital. Yeah. So while financial capital matters, of course, initiative and social capital often prove even more influential in Web3. If you're not really familiar with the word like social capital, you will be by the end of this space. So, by forming communities, educating others, or spearheading participation, so you become an authentic leader within the Xenea ecosystem. And as referral programs and campaigns roll out, active community leaders typically receive larger rewards, you know, often surpassing those who merely have deeper wallets. So, so steps to effective community leadership is the easy one. Just to recap, yeah. So launch a clear purpose chat group or channel. Then consistently engage your community with updates and support. Educate newcomers about like node ownership or what Xenea is, and engage actively with me and the Xenea team. We're always here to help, and especially in this series of spaces, I'm literally here to help you guys out. That's the key concept. Yeah. And celebrate your community's milestones openly. Momentum breeds momentum. So just like this guy I mentioned earlier, I mean the beginning part of this session. If you're not already in a group or community, um, just create one, launch a clear purpose, like a group of channel, whether on X, Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord, or any other socials you're familiar with. Probably each country, each region has its like popular platforms, right? I'm not really familiar with them all. So you could be the one, right? You could be the leader in your area, in your region, to expand the network and grow the community. So I want you to be the one to lead the momentum, especially locally. But that's how you, but that's how you get into the node cell on, especially when you're on the lower budget. All right. So let's talk about practical strategies for participation without big budget. Like actionable tips for getting involved, not just like launch a group. Yeah. But yeah, probably you can just start small amount. You can buy a node fraction you're comfortable with. So you don't have to prepare thousands of dollars capital, but instead like a much lower budget will give you a certain amount of fraction, I mean, certain fraction of this the node ownership, right? So you can just start small, of course, and contribute your skills. This one's more um, actionable without any financial resources. So by contributing your skills, I mean if you're with designers, developers, like communicators, groups or communities value like skillful contributors, right? So if you're not in the community and if you're not that comfortable with starting your own community or group, then you can just join one. You can probably find some community on our Discord server. So on our Discord server, there are like a language specific channels, and probably you can just find find your team members there, and you can just join them as a developers, designer, or communicators, whatever skills you have, just contribute, right? Probably that'll be like shared viewers offering, yeah. And and probably if you're really good at like translation, of course you can use AI. You can just so let's say one of my followers, the Japanese followers, he always kind of summarizes everything I say during during my space, and right away he posts it on X, like Japanese translated version of MySpace, and that's definitely helpful to me, to others, you know. But I'm not really sure if there like if there are other users, followers, believers who do the same at the moment. I don't know. So like I don't know if you understand what I'm saying in English. So if you speak English, um, and but your like native language is Mandinka Fla. I'm just picking up some West African languages. But then you can just translate the key points of MySpace of or like a not necessarily um what I say during the space, but also um what's on our official account or what's on our Discord server or Telegram. You can translate our messages into your language, right? Then post it on X or post it on Telegram or share your translated version to your community groups on Spaces, Discord, any social media, right? That'll definitely matter because people will follow you. People will start like asking you for more information updates, and then you will come to me for more updates and information. But you're the key person then, right? But anyway, at the very moment, I don't see many followers of mine doing the same. So I encourage you to pick some key points of MySpace. That doesn't necessarily the whole thing, but maybe just pick up some key phrases, key concepts, translate them into your own language, share in your group, or you can just probably share the translated version of whatever I say um, as a comment, right? As a comment below this post, and I will probably just repost your translated version of mine, and it'll give you some boost probably. So that this is something I've been talking about. Okay, just example. So yeah, engage actively. Um, whether in space on Discord, so other social medias, X, Instagram, WhatsApp, everything. And consistency and helpfulness build your reputation, as you know. And stay informed. Look for referral programs, bounty opportunities, special incentives. And decentralization thrives on inclusivity, not exclusivity. So I'm really, really here for you guys. I'm trying to include as many people as possible. All right. So today's call to action is move beyond listening. Take action today. Just like I said, you can just translate this space. It doesn't have to be the whole space. You can just pick up some lines or key concepts or important information if you find one and summarize. And you could use AI. And of course, you can do it on your own. I mean, do it yourself. Um, it could sound more natural, or it could just give you some like good vibes. But anyway, move beyond listening. Take action. and join or create communities, educate peers, and seize opportunities. And these are kind of related, right? So moving beyond listening, take like um, translate translate my messages into your own language and share those messages in your timelines or on other socials or within like communities you will create or you are joining, and let me know when you do, because I'll help however I can, maybe providing guidance, visibility, or direct participation. But probably like providing like visibility is the easiest way, I think. You know, you 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 make a post, you make a blog post or something covering covering this space chain of thought, not in English, but in your own language or any other languages to break the language barriers and stuff. Then if I check the post and think it's decent, then I will repost or like quote it to give you some visibility on my timeline. So yeah, once again, move beyond listening, take action, join or create communities, educate peers, seize opportunities, and let me know when you do. I'll help however I can. All right? I genuinely mean it. And whitelist registration is roughly 2 weeks away. And so yeah, now's your time to prepare. You have at least 2 weeks to prepare. I don't know. It's quite a short amount of time to prepare, maybe. But if you act now, if you start today, it'll make difference. But at least if I see your engagement, I will give you visibility at least, like hooking you up um onto my timeline, and people will see you and probably follow you, and that might be a chance to launch a community or group, right? So chain of thought, this series of spaces, is your springboard to meaningful engagement, community impact, and Web3 leadership. So Web3 in general and in concept is not a pay to play game. It's a participate to earn. So that's the huge difference from conventional, I don't know, Web2 or any conventional business models or ecosystems. It's not a pay to play. It's a participate to earn. That's like a that's one of the core concepts of Web3, right? So I'm always here to help you out. And I'm really looking forward to continuing building and welcoming ecosystem, one action connection and a space at a time. But thank you for joining Chain of Thought today. Um, your presence matters a lot. Truly. And being present live, especially being present live, is giving you something advantageous, I would say. And from now on, those advantages might be getting bigger than you think. Because in future spaces, I'm thinking about giving you like direct consultation to like how to manage community, or how to launch a community, or anything, like anything related to Xenea ecosystem, or Xenea, especially Xenea node cell, um, because that's what's coming next. But yeah, um, I really think that like I want to make this space, I want to make this series of space where you can not just get information, but also um, get like a direct support or direct advice from me, the co-founder of Xenea. And not everyone can get it. And it's not because um, it's not because they are it's not because they're not passionate enough, but it's just because they're not present, live. So that makes difference, being present live here in my space. Because I'm really getting remembering your names. Those were here like yesterday, day before yesterday, a week ago, right? So being present live means a lot. So now, like just from a glance at your icon, I know some of your names. I don't mention specific ones here, but yeah, uh, someone someone the username, someone's username starting from H, starting from D, starting from S or K. I know your names, like without reading your names, but just by taking a look at your icon. That I really mean it. So that's how important being present live is. Okay. It'll definitely give you some opportunities later. Because to be honest, like it's easier for me to pick your comments or um like a repost just because I know your names, right? So thank you all. And I really appreciate your presence here. And let's take some actions today. And whenever you need some help or shout out or stuff like that, just let me know. Or drop your comments down below. And yeah, and one example, maybe you can just you can just translate part of my speech, I mean part of my space, and put the link to the blog post, or you can just translate the version directly paste it under my post, so that everyone coming to listen to this replay can get like advanced information. I mean, the information in advance in their own language, if they speak the same language as you do. Okay. But thank you all for being here, and I will talk to you tomorrow again. Right? So have a good one. Thank you very much. Bye.